And did you send that, Brenda, though? I got one that came just today.
It was a long
But it
time
was
ago.
So
only,
I'll call the meeting to order. I'll go ahead and call the work session to order, and it's a work session to discuss city manager, city attorney, and clerk evaluation forms. And I might just say for posterity that we have Councilmember Cease on the phone, Vice Mayor Baclan, and then Councilmember Casagrande. Have you joined us? Okay. And then here in person, we have Councilmember McClure, Councilmember Osenga, sorry, it's a trick, Councilmember Damas, and then myself, Mayor Terry. So right now, we're talking about, sorry, I'm trying to write and talk at the same time. Right now, we're looking and make sure that everyone has the same documents to refer to. The clerk got together some, I know I requested it, and maybe some others did too, about just some other options, just some other examples to look at compared to what we had. And the packet for tonight had our current forms in there. So if folks have the packet, or if you happen to have your city council rules of procedures, the current forms are also found in there. So, and then Councilmember Cease, you wanted to start off with the question? Okay.
no, okay. I couldn't find, so it's in our regular packet, is our new one. I didn't see that. I went through it, it's not on the agenda.
So the work session packet, I believe, went out either last week or even the week before, so we had plenty of time to review our current forms.
Well, apparently I didn't open it because I don't know, I was probably flying.
Okay, and
But I have the one for the
laydown.
other people.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, good. I can see Councilmember Baclan in the monitor. I don't see you, Councilmember Cease, but I can see Vice Mayor Baclan. So, let's kick it off.
Well, you really don't want to see me.
Oh, there you are. Hi, Councilmember Cease.
Oh, I didn't do my hair.
Let's kick it off, and I'll just turn to anyone that wants to start. I know Councilmember Osenga, did you want to start off?
Well, I just wanted to kind of look them over because the last time we looked at these, it seemed that there was a couple of inconsistencies between the forms. And then just lately, I actually thought about asking something else, but one of the, I guess one of the way to start it off is one of the things that I found that was different between, say, between the city manager evaluation form and the city clerk and the city attorney's evaluation form was that the consistency of and I guess the words adjectives to describe how things are done. If you look at the city managers, there's all sorts of words like thoughtful, clear, to the point, timely manner, trust, cooperation, accurate, equally, cooperatively, skillfully, favorably. And I don't have my paper, but I had these all written out somewhere here. And then on the city clerk's evaluation form, and you'll have to forgive me, I can't find where my sheet is. I don't see nearly as many descriptors for measuring. Basically, the city clerk's evaluation, well, here an example of this is keeps and maintains appropriate files and records for the city, and that's a description of a job in my view. That's not really an evaluation type thing. I suppose it could be kept poorly, but that was just one of the things that and I think there was even less that were on the city attorney's form. So I just thought there was a little bit of discrepancy between the three different forms that we have,
Okay.
just to start.
Okay. So like under the, what you were saying, so under maintains good working relationship with the city council, so that's where it has the city manager, encourages rapport, carries out directives, disseminates complete and accurate response cooperatively. And then, let's look at the city attorneys. Yeah, I mean, the city attorneys just says responsive to direct requests from council in a timely manner, well prepared and knowledgeable, ensures legal advice is clearly understood. Okay. So did you want to add more descriptions or take them out?
Well, no, I
or
just
change
want,
the form?
I just felt that they should probably be, well, maybe a little bit more equally, written, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. And again, I apologize, I don't know what I did with my sheet that I put together with all this information I had on this.
Okay. Did we want to look at all new forms where it has just a total different format, or you're fine with the format, it's just the description?
Yeah, I don't mind the format, it's just the amount of, and I guess they're adjectives, I can't ever remember the right terminology
no,
here, but
adjectives.
I'm assuming they're
Or
adjectives.
actually,
adverbs,
adverbs, because
sorry.
it's a description.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
It's an adverb, thank
Yeah,
you.
it's an action.
If it's about a verb, it's an adverb, it's an action item. Action.
There you go. Somebody's really upset with me right now from high school, but anyhow, I just found that I thought there was many more of those in the one than there were in the others. That's all. And I just think that maybe they should be, if we're going to have, it'd just be nice to have, equity between all of them. They're equal, I think.
Well, I'll turn to folks on the phone and see if there's any goals, or anything you're looking at with the evaluations. And Councilmember Cease, I'll start with you and see if there's anything that you want to change or something that you like, or any comments.
Well, like I said, I didn't see the other one, so I'm only got up the samples. So I'll go with whatever John thinks.
Okay. Vice Mayor Buckland?
I like the Soldotna one. I have to pull it up. I've been going back and forth trying to go back to council rules and procedures. I mean, it's kind of hard, like in this paperless, trying to be paperless, it's also hard switching back and forth on the surface to go to different things, even though I have them saved. But
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else has any interest in maybe, doing it this time, but then revisiting this for a later date. Like I said, I think at the last council meeting, it's kind of the objectives and the way the format is kind of set up. It's just it seemed like it has been very targeted for specific people, like wording. So I kind of get what Councilmember Osenga is saying, to make it equal across to where it's, it's not like we're reviewing somebody because we reviewed this person before. It's what, kind of like a format that would work for everyone across the board on there.
So a more neutral, balanced. I mean, the one difference we're gonna have is everyone's job description is different. Mm-hmm. So they are gonna have different tasks that they're gonna need to perform. Okay, well, how do we wanna move forward? I mean, I think did we want to, so we currently have the city clerks, this month. Are we gonna be able to get enough work done where we start with a fresh one? She's been working off of this one, or do we use the forms now and then, do a committee, or have the HR person take a whack at it, or how do you wanna?
Well, the last time, and how we came up with the current ones, it was a committee. which met multiple times for quite a while to come up with what we came up with. And it's flawed. It was met with not a great outcry of confidence when we brought it back. So I'm all for coming up with total new evaluation forms, but I don't think that we can do it with, like this, in a work session with 4 of us here and 3 off somewhere else, and half of us not seeing the same things that the others are. So I hate to say committee, and, you know, but that might be the way to go, but that takes a while. So, I don't know, anyway. We may be, I guess I was optimistically thinking we could just go through and tweak the current one for the city clerk and come up with something quicker, but it doesn't look like that might be possible tonight.
Yeah, that might be kind of difficult, I would
I'm guessing.
think.
So, I don't know.
Well,
John has a thought.
So I think maybe what we need is a discussion item on the the first meeting in February to create a committee after the attorney's evaluation, and then just work to the future with the new city manager coming on and then redoing that before the evaluations for the new city manager.
because it would be good timing to get it taken care of before the new city manager, or, you know, because then they'll have their probationary and we could start off with a new one for them.
Right.
And so, you know, that committee wouldn't have to be limited to just tweaking what we currently have. They could use this packet of examples and potentially come up with something better. How's that sound to you, Councilman Rosing?
That sounds great. I really honestly didn't know how we would move forward. I was just trying to start something, really. The only other question I had, that I wanted to bring up was that I was just curious, and I know this might not be, it may or may not be a popular idea, but my other thought is that we're looking at these evaluations are from us to, pretty much all these things are based on how these people interact with us and not necessarily how they're doing in the administration. And I'm wondering if that can be addressed, or if that's possible.
Start doing 360 evaluations?
Well, I mean, this is all one-sided, basically, is what I'm getting at. And a lot of us do get approached by a lot of people in the community, you know, citizens community. And I'm just wondering if there's a way to include any kind of interaction with administration as an evaluation within the government, the city government.
So like, say a citizen isn't getting very good results with the city manager, somehow include those comments in the
No,
evaluations?
no, I'm not saying that at all.
No, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that there's interaction between the city manager and other people in the city that work under him.
So like the clerk would evaluate the city manager from her perspective, or the city attorney from his perspective?
Again, I didn't.
Yeah, no, that's what
I didn't get that deep into the thought. I was just
Yeah.
trying to figure out if there's a way we could, and again, that was just an idea. It's not,
Yeah.
it was just a thought, really.
I like
Because
that idea. Like other department heads maybe, or
maybe, you know, they do have upward evaluation or upward kind of evals,
Yeah.
and that could factor in,
Do a 360.
or a 360.
Yeah.
I've never heard that term before.
Yes,
So-
because it's all, you know, up and down and
Up,
sideways.
It was just a thought, because these seem to be pretty focused on, in one direction, really.
Well, yeah, I guess when I evaluate my employee, I know enough, you know, I mean, like I do evaluations, or people evaluate me.
Mhm.
I don't know that, I guess my boss might call other people and say, how's she doing? They just don't have a direct input.
Yeah, no, see, in ours was, we had reverse evaluations.
You did do reverse.
We did reverse, so we evaluated that was a car Safeway thing, so. And, you know, I'm not saying that that's the end all, I'm just saying that if it's possible, if we could somehow fit that into this process.
Yeah, I mean, we should, you know, I know there's been concerns in the past that we get involved with employee matters. So if then
Right.
an employee submits an evaluation of a city manager and says, you know, that SOB,
Right.
da-da-da-da-da, and then we reflect that, is that like?
Well, that's what I mean, I didn't even know if this was even possible.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at, is that this would obviously take some
Oh,
time
yeah,
to
to
work
check,
through
yeah.
all go through all the hoops for this. I mean, that might make it not possible, for
Yeah,
sure, but it was just a thought, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't hurt to explore, well, and I know the city manager city clerk got the city manager association, they had an evaluation on their website, that I'm assuming they support. And I don't know if they had any sort of upward or downward. I mean, for me, what I've noticed when I tally these is if people are, if a council member's unhappy with a position, they'll do all ones.
Right.
Or if they support that person, they'll do all fives, where I take time to try to objectively look at each item. But that, I think, is human nature more so than just, you know, so it's maybe at some point we need a training on how to evaluate people.
That could
Mhm.
be. Or that means the question is black or white. I mean, it's hard to find a, well, so-so ground,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Right, it might be a pass-fail question.
Yeah, that we're trying to put into,
A
Yeah.
scale.
I know.
So, Vice Mayor Baclon suggested that we get through January, and then have on that February 1st meeting, setting up a committee. So we'll actually do the clerk's evaluation, the attorney's evaluation, and then maybe take a couple months so that by the time we do the probationary review of the city manager, we have a whole new system in place for everyone. Because the other thing is, I know with my personal job evaluations, I'm working the whole year off of the goals that I've identified, the things I need to pursue. So, you know, that's the evaluation that I'm working off going towards. So it's hard to like switch gears and not know what you're working towards.
Yeah, that's true.
Councilmember Cease, does that sound okay to you at this point?
Yes, it does.
Okay, and Vice Mayor Baclon, that was your good suggestion. Do you have any second thoughts with that?
Nope.
Okay. So Madam Clerk, for that first February meeting, if we could have an agenda item that talks about setting that committee, and then that committee will meet and talk about if we want to totally revamp the form, tweak the one we have, look at, you know, different options, upward, downward, sideways evaluation, and what can be done. Does that sound good?
That sounds great. I think AML may be a resource, possibly.
Oh, yeah, Annabelle, yeah.
And I think that the way we start this with responsibilities and goals for each position is derived from code, at least in part,
There.
the duties and responsibilities that are set in city code. So we have to
Make sure that
start from the root, and yeah. And changes can be made there too, if council wishes.
and we'll have to check in the charter too and see what's in there. Okay. Is there anyone on the Zoom that is there to make comments?
I didn't have anyone signed up for the work
Okay.
session.
Well, with that, we will adjourn the work session at 5:51. And I think for the folks on the Zoom, we'll click back to you at 7. Is that correct, Madam Clerk? We won't hold them on?
Is that what we're gonna do?
Should we leave
Okay.
them on or?
They can come back in.
Okay, we'll get you back in. Thank you. And with that, we will adjourn.